we OG, we OG. Oh no, G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Runes is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro. Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro. Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, lock it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nookies on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me. Bitcoin's alive, what you gon' do? Mempool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it stop? Nobody knows. It's a revolution, ayy. Bitcoin is the one, no substitution, ayy. With Shizzy and Yagobi, it's Ordinal Revolution.
Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystem. What is up, guys? We have an amazing show for you guys today. We're live for the Ordinal Hour, and this one is going to be absolutely amazing, guys, because we're in day 2 of a president that not only holds Bitcoin, he is an altcoin maniac. He has his own coin. Guys, we are about to enter a parabolic stage, a stage like no other has ever seen before. It's going to look like 2021 on steroids, guys. It's going to be absolutely amazing, but it might take a little time. But don't worry, it gives you time to accumulate. It gives you time to position yourself in the assets that are going to do the best. And we think that's here in Bitcoin. We're excited for this, guys. So without further ado, let me bring my partner here, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What up?
How's it going, man? How you feeling on day 2 of a crypto-friendly president?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling a little, optimistic. I don't want to jump the gun here. There's some things happening in our space with the, OMB launch with the White Eyes. That's something that we can probably get into here in a little bit. And then some rumblings about possible Binance listing of the top 3 runes. I know there's maybe a little misunderstanding with that. We'll get into that as well. But, I do see a little bit of the attention start to come back to our space, which is a great thing because we need that. Let's see if it can be sustained and amplified here in the next couple days.
Yeah, 100%. Lots been going on. This morning was very easy for me to get some Ordinal news, right? Like a lot of the time, especially when things are boring, there isn't really a lot to grab. But today was like, we might have to prolong the show a little bit of all the stuff we have. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. So let's just jump right into it. Biggest news of the day seems to be MicroStrategy buys another 11,000 Bitcoin for $1.1 billion. They now hold 461,000 Bitcoin. They almost have 500,000 Bitcoin. I think MicroStrategy wants to get 500,000 as soon as possible here. But that's crazy. I mean, I can't imagine. I don't even know the percentage of that. That's like 3%. It has to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably in the circulating supply, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot for sure. It's actually more probably because 21 total million. Anyways, that's a lot. And there's more news with MicroStrategy. Being able to kind of vote on if they increase their shares, right? So that actually gives kind of an open door to accumulate even more Bitcoin. So I don't know, this is like a mad scientist guy that's like just saying, hey, I am going to win the race of buying as much Bitcoin as possible, and it seems like he's doing a darn good job right now.
And he had 4 years head start. But to your point, MicroStrategy shareholders vote to raise the total amount of shares by ATM offerings, convertible notes, and preferred stock. So I don't know if that vote is happening or not, but they're basically saying, "Here, Michael, buy more shares. Take the stock and leverage it in convertible notes and preferred stock, and get more Bitcoin." Do you think they could get 1 million Bitcoin? I mean, in the next 4 years, do you think they get another four? It's going to be more expensive, obviously, but do you think they can get another 500,000 Bitcoin?
Yeah, unless there's another entity that tries to stop them, and I don't know how much they can do to stop them, right?
Right.
Um, you know, I think it would take a lot though of capital to get there, because as that's happening, Bitcoin's going up in
Yeah.
value, right? So I don't know, 1 million Bitcoin's tough, but if it was kind of like this, like exchange that holds other people's Bitcoin, you kind of count that sometimes as like having it on chain, but this is different. This is like an entity. This is all theirs, So
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it possible? I think so. Is it probable? Unless he just doesn't sell Bitcoin ever and he just keeps buying it, and people keep giving him money to buy it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's the way it's looking. I mean, MicroStrategy could be $1 trillion stock, right? And what happens with that? Their stock gets more expensive, and then he sells it and gets more money to buy more Bitcoin. It's insanity. It's insanity. Could this be a total disaster come bear market time? What if we don't get another bear market? What if this is the last cycle? And MicroStrategy just wins? I don't know. It's exciting. It's fun to watch. It's really fun to watch because we've never seen anything like this before. We're living in a time of new. We're living in a time of first time. Like nothing like this has ever been. Like an asset like this, and then a company like this, and then a CEO like this. There's never been anything like this in history, and it's pretty wild. It's really awesome that we get to see this in real time.
Yeah, I'm sure there was some CEOs or companies that were putting gold aside and stuff like that, but it's a different era. You know what I mean? Back
Yeah.
then, like, people weren't able to scream at the top of the mountaintop saying, "I'm buying." In fact, they probably wouldn't want people to know, back in those days, those early
Yeah.
days, because they were like worried. But now with social media, like, everybody's tracing those wallets and all that stuff, so there's no way of getting keeping that private. So yeah,
Yeah.
in this instance, I think you're right. This is the first kind of in human existence that like something like this has happened for this specific situation.
And it's crazy too, because like that guy, you're right. There was probably guys out there who were buying gold up as soon as possible and stuff like that. But like, you would look like a crazy person when you're buying gold. Like, you don't trust the
True.
dollar. You know what I mean? Like, would you wear a tinfoil hat? But now the government has printed so much money, and there's no denying that they are destroying the dollar. Now with Bitcoin, it's kind of like, oh well, yeah, of course you own Bitcoin to go against. Like, you don't look crazy no more. You don't look like the
Yeah.
guy with the underground tunnel that leads to his gold stash, right? It's just different now.
Yeah, I agree. And also, you have to imagine it's not easy to get in and out of gold back in those days. Like, you have to
Yeah.
have people, you have to find people that are in that socio-economic class to be able to do OTC deals or whatever, just trade. Well, everything's OTC back then, but
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying. And so,
100%.
yeah, you're exactly right. Kind of where MicroStrategy is right now is very unique and kind of first to human civilization.
100%. This is something we've known has been coming since November, but Gary Gensler, look at that face. Look at that face. I hate the lizard man, but he's gone. He's out of our lives forever, and hopefully we never have to say the name Gary Gensler ever again. I was saying over the weekend, we need him back because
Oh
of
no,
what Trump
please.
was doing. But no, I was just obviously just joking. But what he's done over the last 4 years has been so it's been just so bad for the crypto space. It's been, it was the worst 4 years in crypto that we've ever seen. Obviously, 2021 when he took over, and then 2022 is when he was smacked in the face by what happened with Terra Luna, and then he came in with his big balls and just throwing them around and just screwing everybody left and right. Operation Choke Point was something that him and Elizabeth Warren designed and put into place, and now that is done, that is over with. We no longer have to worry about getting choked off from the banks ever again, which was tough because that's your on ramp, that's your off ramp, right? So
Yeah, definitely. And I look at it this way: his plan unraveled. Because
Yeah.
he wasn't as bad or looked at as bad for the crypto space, I would say, until late 2022, when once FTX kind of unraveled. Because that, let's be real, this is speculation because we don't see documents and
Yeah.
all that stuff. But like from the outside looking in, my theory is that he and some of the banking institution big wigs probably were working with FTX to say, hey, we're going to be the dominant force in crypto from an exchange level, blah, blah, blah. What he didn't account for is that, like, even MIT, alumni students that are still young and strung out on Adderall and stuff like that can be extreme degens and make your plane collapse. I think that's it. I think that's what happened, right? And so, and then I think there was some resentment towards CZ because that he was part of the collapse of that, right?
Yeah.
At that point, he was trying to play chess to eliminate the what he looked at as his enemies because they kind of strategized against FTX and all that stuff. And that's why I think it just got worse and worse and worse. And so, yes, I'm glad that we are done with that. And now, we do need some regulation, though. Obviously, from this past weekend, we saw some crazy stuff happen. But we need friendly regulation saying, hey, guy, you're not doing that right. And if you scam people out of money, you're probably in trouble, but you need to be doing it this way.
And maybe not drop 2 coins back to back. But we'll see.
Hey,
Trump to soon sign executive order easing bank ownership of digital assets, says Circle. And then Bank of America CEO immediately came out and said the banking industry will embrace cryptocurrency if regulators allow it. So this is back-to-back stuff here. Trump's going to sign his executive order in to basically allow banks to have, be able to custody your digital assets, which is amazing because that's going to allow me to go to PNC or, whatever, Wachovia or whatever the bank, Wells Fargo, and go in and take a loan against my Bitcoin, just like I would do my house. And what that's going to do, that's going to allow me to have full ownership of my property, of my home, and then leverage my Bitcoin. And then, but my Bitcoin value, like, it goes up tremendously over a 4-8 year period, while my house doesn't go up that much. And then I'm just able to, I'm making sure that I get my Bitcoin out of there. You know what I mean? Like, I just think it's a way better way to take loans out in the future. And this is just the beginning.
100%. You're going to see tons of that, in my opinion, by the rich and by a lot of them. And what does that do too? That makes, in a sense, it's not staking, but in a sense, it kind of is because you're having that Bitcoin up. You're not going to utilize it. You're not going to sell it down for cash.
Exactly.
That helps the supply and demand side of the price action. And so if the wealthy people do this, right? That's what they do. They use their value to make more value, right? And this is better than anything. And before they would use cash to borrow, or they would have a credit or whatever. But this is gonna, people are gonna be incentivized to get their Bitcoin back, but they're gonna use it to make more money. So it's gonna be
100%. There is one thing that I'm kind of like a little worried about. It's gonna be easy to short it in that sense because the banks hold that Bitcoin. You can now borrow Bitcoin, sell it, which is, you're shorting it to pay back later, right? So that's the one thing that scares me is when we need to put in laws that the bank needs to hold the exact number of Bitcoin. Like none of that shit where they do with the dollar, where they only need to hold 10% of it. No, that stuff can't have. If I put my Bitcoin for collateral, you better hold my Bitcoin as collateral and not be lending that shit out,
Yeah, so the only thing that I actually don't think they would take that risky of a business model route, but I see what you're saying. I think it would be more of like staking type of situations, right? But then again, like, okay, if the bank is staking it for this, like, what is that platform,
well, I'm paying them interest, right? So that's why they're holding my Bitcoin. So that they're making money through the interest, right? Maybe they give me like a 4% interest or something like that,
Yeah. Yep. So it's going to be exciting to see what kind of financial products come out of this. Because although I do think the banking, like the traditional banking brands, Bank of America, Chase, all these, right? I think they're going to have a major part in it. It'll be slow at first and then all of a sudden all at once. But I think that there's going to be companies that come out of the Bitcoin ecosystem, right? That end up kind of being a player. It's going to be institutional because you have to have a lot of capital and stuff behind it, but we're gonna see companies come out this bull run into more of a safe kind of product to the regular public. So
100%. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong says, "I think time we'll see Bitcoin get to millions, multiple millions price range." This is from Brian Armstrong. Obviously, he has Coinbase, and he's very bullish on crypto. But I think him coming out saying this now, especially on places like CNBC, where these guys, at $6,000, they're talking crap to Tom Lee, right, about it being not a good asset to hold long term, and that Tom Lee shouldn't be telling people to put 1% of portfolio into it. And now, you have guys like Brian Armstrong saying, I see millions and millions of dollars. It's just so amazing just to watch videos of that back then, where, you had that lady from CNBC, the morning show, basically telling Tom Lee, you can't tell people to do this. And now Brian Armstrong's on the same show saying millions and millions of dollars. I love it. Absolutely love it.
yeah, I mean, it must feel good to be Tom Lee, right?
Yeah.
After Bitcoin crossed 100K, you might not get the forecast correctly in that cycle or that period, but eventually you're going to be right on that forecast if you say Bitcoin, the number is going to be higher, right? And so I think that's his thought process with it, and he is right. No one can say he's wrong.
100%. Yeah, shout out to Tom Lee. He's been going on that show since $400 Bitcoin. So good for him. Strategic Bitcoin BTC reserve not listed as a priority in an alleged leaked document from the Trump administration. So the Trump administration is allegedly put out this document. I don't know if it's 100% true or not, but let's see if I can find it up here. So much crap. There it is right here. So they put out this document over yesterday. And let me zoom in here. But the Bitcoin stuff is not on it, and it's not letting me zoom in it. So basically saying he's going to be doing the January 6th stuff and all that stuff. But there is no strategic reserve. So my question to you is, did Donald Trump use us to get votes? Or do you think everything he said in Bitcoin Nashville is truth, and he's going to do it, just not in the first week?
Yeah, so I think everything is going to be very strategic, right? In terms of the strategic reserve, there's steps that have to be taken for that. So I think he's definitely going to be making efforts towards that. The other items I think he's going to take care of in the first week, like pardoning Ross Ulbright, and easing crypto into banks. That's a big one. So Bank of America already came out, like you said. These major brands are coming out saying they're ready to accept crypto as soon as they get the green light from regulators. This is big. This is very big. So those kind of things I think he's going to be working on. The Bitcoin strategic reserve, I would not worry about that if I was everybody in the Bitcoin and crypto space, because you see states already, like one by one, they're creating their own, right? So they're going to be acquiring Bitcoin, and then once, like you and I mentioned, you got like 20 states, 30 states, the federal government at that point, it's going to make sense, to where everybody probably will agree in Congress. All the states have it already. Why not federally do it as well, right? So that is going to be more of a longer cook, as we say, right? But I do think he exhausts every possibility to get that done.
Yeah, and I don't think that's an executive order either, right? That's something that you need to put in front of Congress, I don't know, but then I saw something online that said he never said strategic reserve. He said that we were just going to hold Bitcoin.
Stockpile.
He said stockpile Bitcoin. And if you ask ChatGPT, apparently the difference between a strategic reserve and a strategic stockpile is two different things. You're not backing the dollar by it, but you're holding it as an asset. I don't really see the difference, but I don't know.
Yeah, there is a difference though, because like you're allocating one, like this asset to actually back the dollar, meaning that this is backing the US dollar. The other is just having it on their books, and they can utilize that for whatever they need. They can liquidate that whenever. It's not necessarily like hold forever because it's backing our fiat, right? So those are the differences.
Gotcha. So they basically could sell it and not affect the dollar. Yeah, I got you.
Exactly.
Donald Trump's crypto project World Liberty Fi just staked 4,747 ETH worth $15 million. Donald Trump Jr. came out with a statement on X. It is so crazy. Like his dad was just inaugurated president, but he comes out talking about crypto. He says to commemorate the inauguration of Donald J. Trump as the 47th president of the United States, WLFI is proud to announce the following strategic purchases today. $47 million in Ethereum, $47 million in Bitcoin, 4,700,000 in Aave, 4,700,000 in Link, 4,700,000 in Tron, 4,700,000 in Athena. 47, 47, 47, 47. Which is pretty funny that they chose to do those numbers. But what do you think about all this?
I like it. I like it a lot. They're playing off of the 47th president, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool to see that, they are acquiring, assets, right? So, I imagine some of this liquidity probably came from the Trump token, right? But at least it's getting put back into the markets, right? Because the Trump token took a lot of liquidity out of the market. So now it's time to put liquidity back into our alts because, we definitely saw like a red Saturday and Sunday. But anyhow, I like this. I like it a lot. The strategy is going to be airdropping this wallet because we've already seen Tap do that. Possibly, that's my speculation, but we'll see.
Yep. Shout out to Tap, man. They are in this wallet. Where are you? There you go. They're they're in there. They got $7,000 worth of it in here, but they got a lot of tokens. They got Grok in here, USA coin. So I mean, they're probably gonna end up selling this shit down to buy more Ethereum. Like when it gets in the millions of dollars of assets, but who knows? But Ethereum is their biggest bet, and that is good for the alt season. That is good for our bags with runes because we need Ethereum to really push forward for people to go, okay, it's no longer buy Bitcoin and hold. It is now time to buy other assets. It's time for risk on, and I think that's what we need. And you can see World Liberty Fi, they did have a pre-sale of their token. That is the other way they got a bunch of money. I mean, Justin Sun gave them $75 million. Justin Sun is one of the biggest holders of World Liberty Fi besides Trump. So that's massive. And, obviously they do have Tron in here. I don't know if that was bought or donated from Justin Sun or himself, but this is all good. And they do hold Bitcoin. They have $47 million of it. It is only a quarter of the amount of Ethereum and staked ETH, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a smart play for this alt season too, right? I mean, Ethereum hasn't really had its jolt up at all. When you see Solana, Cardano, and XRP kind of reach either their new all-time high or get to like 70% of what their all-time high was. So Ethereum is definitely a sleeper. And I think that look, you could be a Bitcoin maxi and say, I hate Ethereum, I don't like Ethereum, all this stuff. But if you have any assets outside of Bitcoin alone, then you should be rooting for Ethereum. And if you care about the overall crypto space, you should be rooting for Ethereum because it's the number two, and so imagine the number two not taking off at all this cycle. That would be horrible for the space, right? So and there's a lot of institutional investment in number two in Ethereum, and so it's going to pump. It's whenever that happens, I don't know. I'm hoping very soon. But yeah, so I think this is actually really smart the way that they kind of did this. And I actually would be impressed if they sold down some of those other tokens to buy more of the, majors, right? Like Ethereum, Solana, stuff like that, because they know that the majors are pretty safe in doing a 2, 5, 10x. And so, it's really kind of smart how they're moving their assets around here.
Yeah, 100%. And the biggest thing really to me is that I'm sure Don Jr. is talking to the new SEC chairman. I'm sure he's talking to the CFTC chairman, right? He's making sure that they're going to get laws that embrace Ethereum and embrace smart contracts, which is going to, in the end, going to be really good for smart contracts on Bitcoin in our space, right? Because once we can get clarity, nothing is uncertain anymore. Without uncertainty, number go up. Numbers going to go up on stuff like Arch with their smart contracts, with Ordinals, and so much more. It's going to be really cool to see when smart contracts really become this regulated instrument to really kind of push the new generation of financial wealth.
Yep, and that's interesting. You brought that up. You know about like smart contracts and Bitcoin. You know, there's this theme the last cycle and part of the cycle about decentralization, and that is like everything. But if you look at Solana, I mean, let's be real. The chain is centralized in the aspect that they can pause
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean? So, but people don't care, as you can see. They just want an opportunity to make a lot of money. And so the biggest question with the BTC DeFi heading into this cycle is how do we tap into that $2-3 trillion market cap, right? And I think entities are starting to think that now as well, and they don't give a shit if it's centralized or not, and I don't think they're going to care if, in fact, Bitcoiners would probably. Maxis would probably rather it because they're backed by FDIC or whatever. Like if something were to happen, that would be more risky. Someone's going to take advantage and try to tap into that 2-3 and soon 5 trillion, $10 trillion market cap. So for the people that are fading the Bitcoin ecosystem, sorry once that happens, because then it's gonna be too late.
Yeah, game on. Game on. A couple more things here before we get into price action and stuff like that. But billionaire Mark Cuban teased launching his own meme coin. Mark Cuban's tweet exactly was, if meme coins are the way, maybe I'll issue one with a twist. Same terms as Trump, 20% float, same release schedule, one difference. He's going to pay down the U.S. debt with it. Any money that he gets from this coin will go into buying bonds and eliminating them, basically. What do you think about this?
I think it's him trying to kind of set the stage for 2028. You're probably going to hear multiple things from him, like for better for the country and this and that. He's everybody close to him that is in the political arena has said that he wants to run. So I think he's just trying to set the stage. Look, does he have a real interest to do this? Maybe it's an experiment. Cool.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
100%. The man, the myth, the legend, CZ BNB says everyone expects everything to happen in one day. Good things take time. And this is the message for the entire crypto space, right? Just because Trump is president today, as day one, doesn't mean he's going to pump your bags today. But over time, over the next 6, 8, 12 months, we're going to see the biggest crypto, explosion that we've ever seen. I think 2021 looks like a very small thing that happened when you're going to see 2025 and probably 2026. I expect us to go into the summer of 2026 now because of the delay we had.
Yeah. I hope so. That would be really fun if we could, get crazy in mid to late 2025 and then it trickles into 2026. I do think, like with anything though, like what goes up must come down. So if we have a really good, crazy alt market and bull run and that type of situation, then we're gonna have pullback, and whether that's 2026 or 2027, it's gonna happen. But yeah, that would be I think his statement here is absolutely true. That's the problem with crypto though. People have really short attention spans and everybody wants instant gratification. One of the reasons why, they like Solana, they like Ethereum, or like, Base, they can get in and out of these tokens very, very quick, go on to the next, on to the next, on to the next. And Bitcoin isn't like that. And are we trying to get it to that kind of, I think, with like Arch and stuff like that? Is it necessarily the best? I don't think so. And I think the maturity of the space will grow with time and great projects once there's like sectors really carved out in our space. You and I talked about this pre-show, an AI sector, a DeSci sector, those kind of things that are really carved out. But yeah.
100%. I 100% agree with you too. I think we're in a very, very small area of the world, right? A very small area of crypto as well. Like Bitcoin DeFi. If you went up to somebody and you said, "Hey, do you know there's ordinals or there's NFTs on Bitcoin?" They'd be like, "I did hear something about that." Like they have never even looked into it, right? We're so early. But this is really cool. The U.S. government, efficiency department, Doge. What is it?
Efficiency
U.S.
government
department, Doge, led by Elon Musk, launches his official website. It launched today. It's all it is. It's the Dogecoin.
I saw that. Yeah. Yeah. This is like Doge is destined to pump hard. I feel like just because like there's no other coin that's attached to like a a celebrity or like, you know, someone that's so successful like that, like Doge's, because it's not a clear, oh, I launched this token. You know, he obviously didn't, but he associates with it so much because it was I think like that meme ability with Elon is crazy. You know, like
Yeah.
no other coin has that meme ability where he at first it was just a joke when he would talk about it. Now he's carried it over to be the logo of this new department, right?
And the fact that it's, you know, sec.gov, you know, and now it's doge.gov, I just think is the most bullish thing I've ever seen for anything. You know, I'm not a meme coin guy whatsoever, but Doge seems to be it's become bigger than that, right? It's become like this is I mean, it's become a department of government. Like it's wild, dude. Absolutely wild.
Yeah, yeah. In
Oh
a
man.
sense, it has like a utility, or like, you know, it's kind of like it's weird. I see what you're saying. We'll see
Yeah.
what it says. What happens in the future. I would not be shocked if Elon accepted Doge on X eventually.
Well, yeah, I mean, for sure. I'm still waiting for Elon to come out and say we take Bitcoin for our Teslas again, but he hasn't said that yet. So that was something he did in 2021, but then hasn't restored that yet. But we'll see. But the next thing is the Bitcoin fear and greed. Let's jump into that. So last Tuesday we were sitting at a 63. Yesterday we were 76, and we're pretty much the same. Is my hit for you today.
Pretty much the same. So 76.
There you go. Boom.
Okay, so I can't tell when you say that if it's going to be the exact same or one higher or lower. That's like the hardest like hint that you try to give me. It's like not a hint at all. It's actually makes it harder.
Like, what would be a better hint for this? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's exactly the same. No, just kidding.
I mean, that's giving you the number. I'm just trying to give you a little bit.
I know.
But yeah, great guess there. 76. What do you think we are next week?
I think we actually finished January kind of like what, like, you know, Benjamin Cohen and some of those people said, like, to where we can possibly try to knock on an all-time high 115, 120, possibly. I don't know. You know, because there could be day after day of good news for Bitcoin, you know. I think freeing Ross would be such a big celebration. People just buy Bitcoin. You know? But like, but more than that, it would be the stuff of, you know, executive orders and stuff that he's trying to focus on now. I don't know if that starts today. I hope it does, but it might be in the middle of the week. So I would say next week we're probably gonna sit at like a 79, 82 range.
Yeah. Well, real quick with the free roll stuff. I'm actually against it. I read a book about him, about the situation and everything, and the guy was a complete scumbag. He tried to destroy Bitcoin. He created, you know, he created a black market, the first one, and it took Bitcoin. Like, if we had a stronger government understanding of what Bitcoin is at the time, he might have destroyed Bitcoin in 2012, 2013. Like, it might have happened. And he hired a hitman to kill people. He's not a good person. Yes, he made mistakes, but there's people in jail for life sentences who didn't do this with Bitcoin, who did the exact same thing that he did, made these giant mistakes, and they're not getting second chances. I don't think that Ross is a good person at all. The fact that he used Bitcoin back then, you know, it was just, you know, he saw an opportunity and he took it. But the guy's a scumbag.
But what your statement of he tried to ruin Bitcoin? What do you mean he tried to ruin Bitcoin? Like, he had this like intention
not
from
intentionally.
The jump?
Not intentionally.
Well,
when you take an it's I mean, come on, dude. When you take an asset that the government already does, you know, already probably hates it at that point, right? And you take that and you build a black market that only takes it. I mean, you're putting a target on Bitcoin, a giant target. And if I think it was Obama at the time, they weren't really paying attention to it. But if they put the criminal justice, hey, we need to take this down heavier, a lot stronger. They really could have put laws in effect to destroy Bitcoin back then when it was a baby and no one cared about it.
So when you say try, that implies intention, right? So when I try to do something, I'm like intending to have a result from whatever I'm doing.
He intended to make Bitcoin a black market asset,
but he didn't intend. But he didn't intend to send Bitcoin to zero and destruct it. That's my point.
He made it a black market asset. Like,
Yeah, but
he allowed you to buy heroin with it. Like,
I'm not saying whatever the market is, that part is true. That there's no denying that part. But I'm talking about like the asset itself, right? Like that wasn't you. I think you got to reword that because he didn't intend to.
He didn't
like,
give a
destroy
shit about
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. He
There
used
you
it
go.
to have people buy Hitman and buy drugs with it. He didn't give a fuck about the future of Bitcoin, it being decentralized money. He used it for his own purposes of creating this place where you can buy AK-47s, you can buy heroin. Terrible things people probably did with this stuff they bought from the site. And he's being looked at as a hero. The guy's a scumbag. Like, the complete scumbag.
So from what I've read is the reason why he created that market was because it was kind of like the core principles of Bitcoin is like a decentralized market, right? You can do whatever you want on it. You can pay with Bitcoin and everything is decentralized in that aspect. Like he wasn't saying, hey, bring your hitman here, bring your blah, blah, blah. Now in the part where he hired a hitman and all that stuff, like I need to do further research. But from what I did research, it was that he got psyoped by
right here.
Yeah, he got psyoped by
this book right here.
He got psyoped by the CIA, didn't he? And that's the reason why.
No, he didn't get psyoped by the CIA. He was a jackass, and he fucking looked at this guy as his friend, but he was an undercover cop. Happens to all the undercover cops is a part of our our police force. Like it happens everywhere with drug dealers and everything. Like he fell for the
was the undercover cop like guiding him on what to do?
He helped him hire. Well, he basically said, "Hey, I'm a hitman, and I'll do this job for you for $150,000 in Bitcoin." And he did that. But Ross said, "Yeah, let's do it."
So that was well, there was that was whenever there was a lot of pressure on him, and so something was happening, right? And that's why.
Well, the guy was going to snitch. The guy was helping him. He was a part of the Silk Road company, and he was planning to snitch. And Ross hired this hitman, which ended up being an undercover cop. And what they did, they just arrested the guy and told Ross that he was dead.
Yeah, so I need to do further research on all that stuff. But in terms of like the black market, that is what I understood was his approach was kind of like what Bitcoin was about, like decentralization and stuff like that. So he's like, whatever you guys want to sell on here, blah, 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 you can take Bitcoin. This is a Bitcoin market kind of situation. Now, I'm not saying, that's right. I'm not saying that at all. I would never do that. That crosses over into my personal moral situation, right? But I think that's what the Bitcoiners kind of argue for his case there. But the other stuff, I think like obviously big mistakes were made. Does he deserve a pardon? That's not my place. No. Do I think that like the people that are saying he deserves a pardon are like pro murder and no, I don't think so. I think that they're like, okay, this guy got kind of guided into it when he was really vulnerable. He was young too. Like, wasn't he like 25 or 23 or something crazy? Yeah. I mean imagine
year olds in jail for murder.
Yeah. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that he was young. So I'm not murder, all that stuff. I'm against it. But I think forgiveness is something that they're probably looking at. Either way, everybody's going to have their stance on it.
Yeah, I disagree. I think if you're going to free him for this shit, you got to look at all the other people as well. Like just because he used Bitcoin and just because he's used as a political ploy, because that's all it was. It was a political ploy to get Bitcoiners to vote. Right? It had nothing to do with Ross. Had nothing to do with the situation, and that sucks. But I just don't think he's a good person at all. Like,
maybe he wasn't, but I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. It's a tough subject. I think
it's not. I
mean,
really
I'm saying it's a tough subject for our space.
Just take out Bitcoin out of it and just look at his crimes without looking at the Bitcoin. Right? Dude, like, like he created the marketplace to buy and sell drugs. He I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But let's get into that Bitcoin price action brought to you guys by BitPerp. BitPerp is going to be one of the leading leverage trading platforms in the entire Bitcoin, layer 2 area. They're going to bring, what they have on Ethereum over here, guys. We're going to be able to do leverage and all types of stuff, but that's just not the tip of it, guys. They're building something extraordinary, and it's going to be huge for us to get in early. And when I say get in early, I don't mean buy anything. I'm talking about use your time on their test net to kind of leverage yourself into getting some of their coins for free. Time is money. I get that, but use a little bit of that time of your day, 20 minutes a day, maybe 15, to go paper trade on bitperp.io. It's going to be absolutely amazing, and they have a huge announcement coming. And it hasn't been announced yet, but it's coming. I promise you, they're getting everything ready. These guys are very, very, like, they want to make sure that everything's perfect, and that's what they're doing right now. So
Absolutely. And before we get into the Bitcoin price action, guys, if you're on the YouTube side, please smash that like for us and subscribe to the channel. Turn your notifications on so you know when we go live. On the X side, if you could share the space, hit that like for us as well. That would help us out a ton. So let's jump into the Bitcoin price action here. This morning's been a bit volatile. Right. Bitcoin's been a bit volatile, I would say, the last week and a half. But, you know, before early in the wee hours of today, we hit all the way. No, this is not that hour. We hit all the way to like 10, almost 105. And then we had a pullback when TradFi opened the doors and came all the way back down to like 102. And then now we are back up and we wicked all the way back to 106. And so we're sitting right at 105 right now. So we're sitting in a pretty decent spot. We did get it to overbought at 2 a.m. this morning. And, you know, the MACD looks pretty decent. It did look like it was weakening once TradFi came in and kind of sold down, but then it you know, developed this new green candle on the MACD on the hour chart. So the blue leading indicating line is also pointing back up. So I think we have, you know, we finished the day, I think, kind of bullish, right? People are anticipating executive orders. They're waiting for what Trump's going to say about Bitcoin and crypto. So I think people are a bit optimistic, and I think that's how we're going to end the month of January. But for the second half today, I would say I'm staying optimistic. I think maybe we bounce around 104.5 to maybe 107. We get back to 107. But you know, what I'm seeing for the second half of today is exactly that. You know, we got up to overbought, but I think we hang out here for a bit and we might knock on the door of 107 is what I'm thinking. I am still going to kind of stay on the sidelines though right now in terms of taking a position or anything. I want to see a strong push past 110 that will give me, you know, confirmation that we're going to hit a new all-time high this month to end this month. Once that happens, maybe I'll consider, you know, getting into some altcoin positions. All right. And then for the 4-hour chart, it looks great. The setup looks really good for the 4-hour chart. You know, it's showing that we were in sell pressure for a while, starting to weaken here. The blue leading indicator line on the MACD looks like it wants to start pointing up too. We have been in oversold for a very long time here since Saturday, and try to pop up a little bit. But I think we have, you know, a good setup for a strong push up here. You know, and that's something I've been seeing on the timeline too, with people that are a lot more experienced with TA than I am, saying that, you know, we look like we're primed for a push up on Bitcoin, right? So maybe TradFi just wanted to scalp that short earlier today, and now we're back on the saddle. So, you know, don't be too surprised for, you know, later this week if we, like I said, kind of get between that 107 to 110 range. But we'll see how it plays out. I'm feeling pretty decent about Bitcoin though.
yeah, 100%, dude. We're sitting at like 105. That's awesome. I mean, I think, I mean, I don't understand how, like, people are like, you know, bearish right now. We're over 100K. Like, do you think we ever see 99K ever again? Like at this point?
It depends on how big the pullback will be at the end of this month or the
Yeah.
beginning of February with Bitcoin. You know, alts typically, you know, they'll get going at the end of this month and beginning of February. This has been anything but a typical cycle, but you
Yeah.
know, let's hope that it does kind of hang on there. People are bearish because of what happened with the alt market. I mean, that's really what happened. You know, there was some degen excitement with Trump and Melania coin, and then some rugs that came through. But you know, it was kind of like those small group of people felt great for a short period of time, and then everybody else felt like crap. Like, what's happening to my bags in this alt market, right? And then people started realizing very quickly that liquidity was getting sucked out of those coins into Trump, into Melania. And now I think they're, like I mentioned earlier, just, you know, going back into the altcoins and kind of restabilizing.
Yeah, 100%. You're seeing Melania and Trump down today, and money is coming back, and you can see that with Runes. You can see that with some of the AI projects as well, especially the ones on Solana. They're all kind of pumping today because of the fact that money it's easily taken from Trump and into some of these projects that maybe they took out of originally. All right, so you're definitely seeing that happening right now, and it's awesome to see because that sucked over the weekend. But let's get into the roll call here. First is first on this show. And guys, we're making a list. We're checking that list twice. We're going to find out who is the winner of the year, guys. This is something the prize is going to be it's going to be awesome. It's definitely going to be awesome. Not sure what it's going to be, but we have 12 months to figure it out. But we're going to make sure that it is amazing. And as you can see, there's a new first is first. We got my man Lackey, Lukey with his Billy Cat. He takes his first one. Let's see who's still in the lead here. It looks like it's Yasher with 4, but PJNZ is on his butt. He's on his butt here. Yasher hasn't won in a little while. Yasher, what's going on, my friend?
Hey.
But yeah, shout out to you guys, man. Actually killing it. That is the 21st. Yep, Lackey Lukey. Congratulations, my friend. You are number 1. And then we have someone new making the roll call here. Cometa Erie. Let's effing go. Shout out to you, my friend. Doggo to the moon. 100%. I'm bullish on you, my friend. Thank you for being here today. We got my man Webdro. He said, ask ChatGPT difference between government reserve and government stockpile. Yes, I actually saw your message last night and I did that. So shout out to you. Danny Boy says, dude, my X account got suspended. No idea why. I created a new one and it got suspended too. What is going on, man? What are you doing? Are you creating a black market using Bitcoin? Shout out to Danny. Shizzy, you call Elon and tell him to undo this. I'll get on the phone. I'll work it out for you, my friend. Then we have my guy Yasher in here. So hello, guys. What's up, Yasher? Danny Boy goes, yo, what's up, Yasher? Tim Baker, AODR is here. He said, what a yup. PJNZ, good morning, team. Good morning, PJ. Mempool Punk is here. Ordinal Sweets is here. Bitmap Capital is in the building. Shout out to you, my friend. And then we had Nighthawk UXL GM. We love Binance, and Binance loves us. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Binance, but apparently Binance is looking in the runes. But we will see. Anagi is here. A Duck is here. Shout out to Duck making the roll call for the first time. A lot of dog guys in the building. Dog goes up and everyone comes in rushing in here. Shout out to all the dog guys. Matt's is here all the way up. Steve Verse is here. Pelpa is here. My guy Sheedy is in the building, man. He said, what's up, guys? The virtual trenches almost colonized me. Ben, my rewarded though. Shout out to you, my friend. Sheedy says, man, you guys always staying true to Bitcoin. That's really hard to do. Yes. I thank Yagobi for that. 100%. ASAP Benji is here. Austin Gray is here. Chief Axel is here. No. We got Steamy J, Akala, Mats, and then we have Austin Gray is here. That's so true. Let's see. Yeah, Kai Effect says at the dentist office getting a root canal done. Still checking in. Good luck to you, my friend. Shout out to you.
That's not fun.
I Walk Alone says, what's wrong with AK-47? No, nothing wrong with it. Just go buy it at Walmart. Don't buy it on, using Bitcoin or, I don't know. Maybe not buy off market guns here, but that's just my opinion. So Binance and Runes, huh? Yeah, we'll get that in a second, I promise. Hillbilly says, GM, damn, it's cold. Couldn't get my wood stove going. Yeah, 100%, dude. It is cold up in the Pennsylvania wilderness, I'm sure. Rick G says, long live Ordinal Revolution. Long live Rick G. Or yes. Courtney Johnson hit you with a peace. Shout out to Courtney Johnson. Musu Kim is here. Superfan is in the building. Shout out to Superfan. And then Sixes is here. Maybe free all young dumbasses. What? Shout out to Sixes, man. And shout out to every single one of you guys. We got 250 people in here. I Walk Alone says, I wish Walmart sold AKs. They do sell them here. In Pennsylvania.
AKs?
I don't know.
Jeez.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
At Walmart?
But shout out to every single one of you guys who make who make Ordinal Revolution great again. Shout out to all you guys, man. Thank you. Thank you. But let's get into it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to say one thing.
Good.
I should be a paid counselor lately, because I've literally had to talk people off the ledge about the Bitcoin ecosystem. Not just you, everybody. Like, there's been like 5 people, but if you're having problems and you want to donate some Bitcoin, no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, we're here to say, guys,
0.00 Bitcoin an hour. Yeah. So let's kind of get into some bad news stuff here first. Before we get into good news. So Traverse Labs, it's with a heavy heart that we announced the closure of Traverse. This was not the outcome we've hoped for, While financial challenges have left us with no other choice, to ensure our users can access their funds, the vaults will remain open and fully operational for the next 44 days. Please take the time to withdraw your assets. It's a difficult moment for our team. Traverse has been more than a project. It's been a labor of love, powered by the trust placed in us. We deeply regret and any disappointment that may cause. If you have any questions or need assistance, please reach out. We are committed to making this transition as smooth as possible. So, Traverse, let's hit that on the head. They were a partner of ours back in June, July, and August. We were trying to push the narrative of being safe, and that's what they were. They were a way for you to keep your crypto safe because we didn't have the technology that Ledger offers. We didn't have that here and stuff like that. So we were really pushing Traverse. I don't want to definitely get that in the heads, but make sure you guys get all your assets out of there. Like as they said, you have 44 days to do so. We're going to push this at least once a week, making sure you guys withdraw all your assets because we know the Ordinal Revolution community was a big part of their early success because they did have early success. But yeah, so if you do have your tokens as well, I don't know if you're going to get any money for that, but you should probably dump them as well. But I don't know if you're going to even be able to because there's no liquidity pool or anything. So yeah, sucks.
Yeah. I mean, but those guys are stand-up guys, like Kareem and Musa and all them, and what was our main guy that we had originally? On this.
Dude, I don't know. It's killing me that I don't know. I don't remember his name.
How come when I can't think of one, like you can't think of it? It's hilarious. Anyways,
it's been so long.
Yeah. But anyways, so make
Abdul,
sure that
Abdul.
There you go, Abdul. He comes in here every once in a while, but really stand up guys, and I think they did put their best foot forward, and maybe there was some issues with the fundraising part, but I don't know. But make sure, like she said, make sure you just go and get your items out of there. They said you're gonna have 44 days, so make sure you're doing it now. If you have any issues or anything, make sure you go to their Discord and talk to them. I'm sure they'll get back to you ASAP on that. But sad to see that happen, but sometimes that just happens. That's part of business world too. Like people start a new business in the regular Web 2 world, and it just doesn't work out sometimes. But anyways, sad to see him go. 100%. But I'm sure they're gonna join other teams and stuff, and they're talented. So
yeah, they'll probably create a virtuals project. That seems to be where everyone's going these days. No, I'm just kidding. But myself said if I created a free market, black market, and people decided to use it for criminal activities, that's not my problem. But listen to this: if you created the gym, if you opened a gym, and people were selling steroids and stuff out of your gym and you did nothing to stop them, yes, your gym gets shut down. And you have chances of going to jail because you're letting people.
I don't think
you know what I mean. Sell drugs and stuff in your gym.
Yeah, but I don't think that is what he's saying. He's not saying that like
basically you said if you create a market and people use it.
He's saying this. He says it's not his problem. He's not saying that he's like won't go to jail though.
You're liable.
You're gonna get in trouble in a society that has rules basically. So
he said you should inform people more than once a week. Y'all promoted it. We've told you guys for a while to pull out. I mean, we haven't promoted. We didn't promote them at all. We were kind of showcasing their project, Courtney, and you just withdraw your stuff now. Withdraw it. Like, what do you do? Every 6 minutes, come on here and say, withdraw your stuff from Traverse. Like, they were a project. We were very bullish on them. They didn't figure out a way to make money. I mean, there's nothing we can do about that.
Yeah. So maybe we do like a tutorial on how to pull out. That might be so. Or we
can do that. Yeah.
Or we can share the kind of in and out tutorial that we had before on our X account. So make sure you're following our X so you can get that tutorial video.
I actually have assets in there, I think, that I can probably pull out.
Yeah, so maybe we'll do a tutorial on it and put it out.
Yeah. All right. Let's kind of get into today's big topic though. The Ordinals Protocol turned 2 years old today, officially 2. One of the youngest protocols in the space, especially in the Bitcoin space. Huge thing Casey did in January 21st of 2023, and now today it's to my opinion, looked at probably one of the biggest NFT protocols that's ever been invented.
Yeah, I completely agree with that because nothing has influenced the on-chain economy on Bitcoin like Ordinals, and then followed up with BRC20s. That combination of that, like when it was at its peak, there was nothing that's really compared. Obviously, like If you have all the transactions in the world, that's different, you know. But like I'm talking about like an actual on-chain economy with an asset class, you know. So yeah, super huge accomplishment. You know, Casey, I think, was at the crypto ball too, because I think they went. I could be wrong about that, but I saw images there. That's big. So he is a big name in the space that, like, our space is small, but like in the overall crypto space, more and more people are knowing who he is, and the protocol that he created is definitely still doing well, even though it's been slower. So on today's anniversary, though, I took a look on Magic Eden, and the 24-hour looks lit up, you know, all green. So that's really good.
100%. This is a big reason why, though. ZK Shark inscribing the White Eyes. So how awesome is it he's doing it 2 years after the 2-year birthday of the Ordinals?
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. 10 collections with so they're gonna have a 10K collection with red eyes, blue eyes, green eyes, orange eyes, and now white eyes. So let's kind of take a look at, let me bring up the Ordinal thing, because this is really cool. Good way to kind of see it. So boop, here it is. So what do you think? There's some of these that look phenomenal, dude. Like, the artwork is so good on these. I actually like the white eyes more than some of the green eyes and blue eyes and red eyes.
Yeah, because they're more original. Like, yeah, the orange eyes was pretty original. You know, they had like the tank from what was it called? I forgot what the square in China. Yeah, but from the Chinese Revolution kind of time period or whatever. And then like some other things. But this is like, every single one is like really unique and original. So I think they did a great job on this. And it looks dope with the black and white, right? So I would actually probably put this higher tier than the orange, and, you know, maybe like even some of the other ones. But how much are they right now for the mint?
You can't, it doesn't say. He's just inscribing them right now. So they're not like, you can't mint them or anything yet. But I'm sure that is coming. But you're right, though. What that did for the marketplaces, it kind of put, you know, Quantum Cats is down. So that's a sense of, you know, people selling one and then buying the other, right? That's what traders do. But if you go to collections here, so yeah, Ordinal Maxi is sitting at 0.159, up 14% on the 1 day. Bitcoin Puppets riding that train as well, up 5%. Node Monkeys are now leading the pack now. They're the #1 collection once again by market cap. They're up 11%.
I told you that was going to happen.
You did. Yep. Unsanctioned Wizards is looking like they got sold down hard, man. And that's the thing with our ecosystem, man. It's pumps and dumps constantly, and that's what you kind of saw. These were at 0.007 yesterday. It's pretty wild.
How new is that project?
2 days.
Yeah, so makes sense.
So, Bitcoin Frogs, damn, dude, 0.02. That's wild.
Yeah.
Wow. Based Angels sitting at 0.012. OCM up again, sitting at 0.042. Runestone's getting a little bit of pumped up, but you can see Quantum Cats. Oh, they're back. I saw them earlier at 0.28, and now they're sitting back at 0.31. I guess someone came in and bought that up. But yeah, pretty good pump that it has given these collections. You know, all finally green though, because they've been just down only. I mean, to see the Node Monkeys and Puppets sitting at 0.08 over the weekend was tough to see.
Yeah. Well, I think more rare than anything is Ordinals and Runes are green at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Right now. So that's a really good sign, you know, to see. But, you know, it's because of, you know, what the title of our show is. There's been some, you know, rumblings that Binance is going to list the top 3 runes, but, you know, maybe that was something that was plucked out from an earlier article and it just started circulating again, but who knows?
Yep. Well, that's you know, but more real quick on this, they're all on block 9 sats, all the white eyes. So that's pretty cool. And that is the block that, you know, Satoshi sent 10 Bitcoin to Al Finney. So that's the part of the 10 Bitcoin that was sent to Al Finney. But Bitcoin Runes, let's try to get right into that. Coming to Binance. So there was a article from Cointelegraph that was passed around from a man named let me bring this up.
His name is tough. I think it's pretty long.
Yeah, his name is Darius Mock. Yeah,
you're not sharing your screen.
I'm gonna do it right now. So this guy, so Hey, this is a tweet by me. Hey, Cointelegraph, just a heads up that this is an article was originally published by Binance Square, Binance Square, in December. It looks like Darius M might be trying to revive old news to pump his bag. So we missed this over here. We didn't see this, but he's bringing this up now. And it basically says Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange, is expanding its Bitcoin DeFi offering, nominating the top 3 runes, fungible tokens on Bitcoin, for future listings. Binance also announced that Bitcoin staking with Babylon Protocol as part of the Binance Earn enabling on-chain. So this has already happened. The Binance Protocol staking that's already happened in like the second week of December. So this is just old news that is recirculating, but
that's a
pumping
statement.
the markets.
And that's a statement still, though. Like they said, top 3 for Binance future listings, right? So, I mean, the statement is the statement. But it is funny that like it was almost like people were holding on to that information until things like were slow enough in the space. And they're like, all right, let's whip it out. And it worked. It worked, right?
It worked 100% because you see Gizmo on the one day up 58%, Billion Dollar Cat up 53%, Bank up 48%, Nims, the hell is Nims, but is up 38%, Polka up 32%, Base Angels Rune, Seiko Hamster, Lobo, everything's up today. Everything's up today.
That's wild.
So it's pretty good, but I think liquidity might be getting sucked out here by the people who got in, a few days ago. There's just trading this stuff. So I'm a little worried about this being sustainable, especially because this news is from December 6th. And today, we're almost a month and a half from that. But, for some reason, we missed that as well. We didn't know that. But, Binance Square isn't really a big thing that's pushed around. It's by the Binance research team. It's not by the Binance team itself. So they have, obviously it's another Binance Square is written by the research team. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but it's a part of Binance company, right? Like that's just a department in there.
It's a team. It's a department. Yeah. It's not like Binance put like retweeted or anything like that. But I'm just saying, like I think this is really awesome. I think this is much needed. But is it sustainable? If Binance doesn't list the next month, is it sustainable? Is my question, I guess I could say.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, right? Like, I don't even know if they're okay. So they made the statement that they are taking the top 3 for future listings, right? Isn't that what the statement said?
I can bring it back up. So it basically says that there is expanding its Bitcoin DeFi offering, nominating top 3 runes for future listings. So they're nominating. It's a nomination, and we've already seen that though. With Dog and stuff like that. So yeah, we've already seen this. Like this is such old news.
Well, my point is in the statement, the words matter, right? So what they're saying is nominating top 3 runes for future listings. So is that a confirmation that these top 3 runes are going to have a future listing? Because to me, it sounds like confirmation.
So to me, it sounds like they're being put on this page that you're on right now. When you nominate something, it has to get voted in, right?
Yeah. So nominating, yeah. So if that's the case, then you have Dog.
This was exactly this. This was what popped up a month ago or a month and a half ago. You know what I mean? That's why this is such old news, is because they're still being nominated. They're still being voted on. After a nomination, you get voted on, and you see you have the top 3 that are there. Billion Dollar Cat. So you know what I mean? Which is RSIC.
Yeah.
RSIC is the number 3, right? So it's not pups.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So yeah. I mean, if they're going based off of this, and I think
they are.
I would think it would be somewhat of a mistake though. And the reason why that pups didn't get onto this voting mechanism was because of, I think, like a split liquidity on Solana or something. The fact that there's stuff bridged over there, I think, right? And so
it's because there's 17. The number 1 holder
they're
of
holding
is super high, and they're afraid of that guy coming in and dumping that.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I don't know, man. I don't know. All I know is that the Cointelegraph article was from yesterday. It was a fresh article because when you told me about this, I was like, what? No way it's that old and stuff. And I checked the date, the timestamp of the article, and it was like from yesterday. So I was just kind of like, okay, so the article's fresh. and then you pointed out that it's just kind of recirculated information. So
Yeah, like it's just he's just reviving old news. Like this is something we've already known about this, right? But it's just he's just re-highlighting it, right? So he went and did research. He found that he made an article. You know, we all got crazy happy, but you know, we're a month and a half later, and we're still voting on the top 3 runes getting in, right? They're still being
yeah, and so maybe that's the problem, is that they're trying to wrap this voting up, you know. And so once the voting is done, that's whenever the listings happen. But it does say for it says futures though. Futures next. Unlock your market insight, predict, pick, and get rewarded with with futures next. I don't know if that means like their futures platform only, or if this is going to be listed on spot. I'm not sure.
It looks like it's only futures.
Yeah. So we just need some clarification, I think, right?
I don't think we need any clarification. This is fake news.
No, I mean clarification from Binance of when they plan on listing the top 3, because that statement was made.
Yeah, well, nomination is different. It says nominating. It doesn't say anything about listing them. Nominating the top 3 for futures listings. Futures, not future listings. Futures.
Is that what it says?
Look, futures.
Okay, so here
that's exactly that. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, it's nothing about listing. It's futures listings, not future listings.
Gotcha. So that's definitely that's a difference. But to get on their futures platform would be good.
No, it would be awesome. But it's just what I'm saying though, that we take this little piece of bullshit from December 6th and we pop it up to pump our bags. I mean, I'm for it. I need this stuff to pump for Ordinal Revolution, right? So it's just like,
but
it's bullshit.
Like,
I love it, but it's bullshit.
I mean, also people that ended up getting out of runes probably not happy because it went up, but you know what I'm saying? So, there's a lot of people probably exited a couple weeks ago.
Dude, but I'm just saying though, like if this was real news, if this was something that Binance came out, if it didn't say futures listing, if it actually said future listing, I'd be 100%, dude. I'd be bullish for it. I'd be ready for it. I'd be happy. I'm like, yeah, I sold the bottom. Like it is what it is, but this is bullshit. It's just bullshit. Like it's all it is.
Well, the intention of the goal was accomplished, I feel like, at least for now.
Dude, I hope Darius had a giant bag because he pumped the shit out of the entire markets on bullshit. So,
let me ask you this question then. Do you think Cointelegraph should kind of, step in and say, hey man, that wasn't cool?
No, because it says everything it says like futures listing. We took the information we wanted to hear and pushed it, right? He wrote exactly what he saw. He did his research. He found this article from Binance Square. He put it out there. No, I don't think he should be in any trouble. But at the same time, maybe tell people, hey, like it is what it is. But he did put this Binance Square thing in his article. It is from December 6th or December 12th or around that area, but still, and it says futures listing, not future listing. Like I think that's where people fucked up.
So more than anything, he should get a shout out, I think, from the runes community, because it was a fresh article. At least it was a fresh article.
But if the market dumps now because of this, I mean, it could dump harder now, right? So that's the scary part.
So. Well, and it's not just that. There's other stuff that kind of people started releasing information and stuff afterwards, not even directly related to runes, but the Bitcoin ecosystem. And it seemed like this kind of charged up a little bit of momentum. So we'll see if it continues. That is the big question. Will it continue?
Yeah, man. Speaking of that, Liquidium swaps are out. Liquidium swaps always give you the best exchange rate. So they're using something called Sats Terminal in their back end, but they're allowing you to swap right on Liquidium's platform and Liquidium swaps. This is really cool because now you can swap over there and list it for, that's my favorite thing in the world, right? So you can swap it and then you can immediately list what you swap for as a collateral for a loan. This is huge. Liquidium, they are just using an aggregator, so you are just getting the best price from Binance, Magic Eden. And I love aggregators. That's why I'm so bullish on Ordinal Hive. So this is awesome. Really cool thing that they're doing here.
Yeah, and this is kind of happening more and more with these swaps. They're centralized, but they integrate with like wallets and stuff like that. And Magic Eden I feel like they were one of the first. Xverse and Magic Eden really close in terms of integrating swaps, because DotSwap was, I think, integrated with Xverse as well as Magic Eden's wallet, and so Magic Eden has their own centralized way of doing it. Eventually, I think people aren't going to care how centralized it is, and they just want to swap within their wallet like MetaMask does. And by the way, we haven't really talked about that. MetaMask, is hiring Bitcoin developers for their wallet. I think that actually is the biggest quiet story right now, because people are like, "Oh, well, MetaMask."
Me and Jake talked about it for like 30 minutes.
Oh, okay. So when I was out,
yeah.
So, but I'm really bullish on that because of the onboarding factor. How many people already use MetaMask? Right now, if you can just switch your network to Bitcoin and buy ordinals, people will probably do that a lot more. Because there's probably, I don't know, millions of people onboarded with MetaMask already.
Yeah, 100%. And that's the biggest thing now. When someone says like, "Oh, how do I buy, ordinal, or how do I use this?" Now you can just go to your MetaMask and you're already probably signed into Magic Eden. If you're buying any any type of NFTs or anything like that, you're already very aware of where to buy them at. Now you got to switch your wallet and to Bitcoin, and then you can buy them. So I don't know. I love it. I love that MetaMask is doing this. At the same time, though, I just don't think it's going to get used as much as people think it is. Like, I just feel like, if you want to buy an ordinal, you could download an Xverse wallet, right? That's just kind of thing. But it's kind of cool now that I can, put my Bitcoin in there and use it without using wrap Bitcoin in a way of that way as well. So that's pretty cool, because MetaMask works really well with the ledger as well. So
I disagree about the just downloading Xverse wallet and stuff like that, because there's people that don't want to do that. They're literally lazy.
That's true.
They're that lazy that they don't want to do another paper of words and all that stuff. You know what I mean? And so having the MetaMask already available, they're just like, "Oh shit, I can just add Bitcoin to this once and I'm good. I can hold my Bitcoin stuff here. Cool." You know what I mean? And so I do think it's going to be an onboarding event. But we'll see. Only time can tell. I just hope they kind of hurry with that. But is that an indicator of the future, though? Like, why is MetaMask doing this? Like, they're investing money to hire a team.
It's because they're losing. They're losing the Phantom. Losing bad.
The wallet race?
Phantom.
Okay, so Phantom does Phantom do EVM?
Yeah, Ethereum base, everything. Yeah,
interesting. I'd like to see the user statistics on wallets, because the wallet game's changing just as much as the marketplace game. So
Coinbase is actually they're getting actually more adoption than both MetaMask and Phantom. But Phantom kind of took MetaMask's lunch in the sense of a decentralized. Obviously, you can say Coinbase is decentralized, but now the Coinbase wants you to log in your Coinbase account with your wallet, right? So that's kind of scary, but people are doing it because they want to trade. They wanted to buy Trump over the weekend, and Trump wasn't on the exchange, so what they're doing, buying SOL on Coinbase and immediately using that same SOL, because you don't even need to bridge it. Once you buy it on Coinbase, it's kind of already in your wallet, and you go and you buy it using decentralized exchange like Jupiter or the other one. Or so that's what was happening. So the wallet race is getting really tough, and I think they're just trying to look for any advantage they can possibly get. And right now, Runes and Ordinals, I think Phantom does it, but I know Coinbase does not.
Yeah, I mean, the bridging with MetaMask is so easy, and you can swap on there now too. Yeah. You can swap on MetaMask. So I don't know. I'm gonna try to pull up
they're just an aggregator though. They aggregate the best prices from 1inch.
I mean,
Uniswap. I'm down for it, for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
100%. Okay, next thing of action here is RuneCoin. They posted something, block 8888888. What is going on, bro? About time though. Rune, what is it? What's his name? Rune Toshi or whatever his name is. What's that guy?
Yeah,
I don't know. The fake. I can't remember his name.
Well, but, he confirmed that Rock Toshi's not behind it, right?
Yeah, Rock Toshi's not behind it. I think it's BitGod. But that's just what I'm thinking. I don't no idea, but it just seems that way, that he has something to do with, because his marketing was really good, and the way he types and stuff like that was very similar. But right now we're on block 880223. So we have about 8,600 blocks to go. That's a lot of blocks. I'm actually curious how many days that is.
If you divide it by
600, 8,600 times 10 minutes, divided by
24. 20.
I think
no,
60
divided by that. Times
so
24.
1,434 hours divided by 24 days, 59 days.
Wow.
So it's a long time.
Yeah, but it's perfect timing, right? It's kind of like lining up to like the April, May when things should be
Yeah.
like really on fire, theoretically at least, time
Yeah.
frame wise.
100%.
Are you getting bullish? Are you getting bullish on it?
I'll let you know in about 50 days.
I know you were
Not at
really
all.
you were really bullish on RuneCoin initially when Runes
I was.
first came out. I mean, they like I think almost everybody was because
Yeah.
of the pre-Rune was just pretty solid. It was the best one and it was the first one. Just the mechanics behind it and all that stuff was really cool. Obviously, the best one was Runestone because everybody got a lot of money from it. But RSIC was a big deal, and then they got listed on OKX, and then it was like bye bye. We're going to decentralize this coin, but I don't know.
Well, one thing that was really bullish for me is they put out a sheet, and it was like RuneCoin Matic, RuneCoin Polkadot, RuneCoin. Like it had every single coin listed. It was almost like it was building a layer 1 centralized exchange, or
like Hyperliquid,
decentralized exchange, very similar to Hyperliquid. And that was and that was before Hyperliquid, right? So, or maybe it was like the very early stage. No, it was definitely before Hyperliquid. This was like March. I think Hyperliquid it launched in April. So, I think, but I just think they realized they can't do it on layer 1, and I think that's where they failed.
Well, did they do research though? I mean
dude,
okay, so
9 months
so they were trying to do a centralized version of it, but like I've seen people do centralized version dexes, right? You have dot swap, you have Odin swap, you have runes dex. So maybe something that robust with databases and all that stuff is like literally you're building a centralized exchange. You know what I mean? So so that costs a lot of money probably, and maybe they just misestimated it. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it gets released here on block 8888888.
56 days away for sure. Courtney Johnson says Phantom has multiple BTC addresses as well. So yeah, they probably do allow you to do trade. I remember a news story forever ago. Yeah, 100%. I mean, but I don't know anyone who uses Phantom for that anyway. Yeah, way more usual ordinals on CoinGecko NFT trending. Yeah, so that's huge. I've noticed that as well. They actually have they listed like a lot more ordinals than they ever did. And normally with CoinGecko, you have to apply, but it looks like CoinGecko is just kind of doing it themselves. I don't think unless they're just approving all these applications, but you're seeing a lot of NFTs now on CoinGecko for the first time, and you can actually put them in your portfolio now for the first time as well. And they're actually tracking real-time prices.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah. Shout out to Courtney Johnson. Also, Grace says no way, no more than ordinals on the coin. Oh yeah, I just heard that. That's right. I think that's it. I'm bullish on Pizza Pets. You should inform. Okay, we got all these already. So shout out to you guys, man. Let's go. Let's do a market update.
Didn't we touch on that already? We can do it again.
Yeah, but very yeah, you're right. We kind of did already. What do you want to do? Because I ran out of topics. I thought I had a lot, but we ran through them pretty quickly.
We didn't really talk about the RuneCoin, so let's jump in there.
Yeah. So I don't see RuneCoin. How much is that up? There you go, 14%. So
14% at 32.8 million market cap, 100,355 holders. I mean, if you had any conviction in it, like it's a great market cap to enter. But I just don't have the conviction there. But I don't know, man. Like if you think about April of 2024, right? And we're obviously early for the actual bull market, right? If you look at like the templated kind of every 4 years, because it's post halving year when things go crazy, like it kind of doesn't make sense for the RuneCoin team to go all out with like everything, like starting on day one. You know what I mean? Because it's like, look, the crazy part of this bull market is not going to be until April, like May of 2025, if it's replicating our previous cycles. Let's just kind of build things in silence and stealth. And I'm not saying that's what's happening. This is all like speculative, like theory that I'm talking about. But if that happened, it would be the biggest slap in the face and F you to people like Businessman ETH. Like that guy hates RuneCoin. Like he hates it, right? Like maybe he got burnt on his bags with it, right? But at the end of the day, the people that did hold all the way through, they would enjoy, the benefits of that. I mean, I don't know. You don't see the same community, not even close to the other 100,000 holder rune, which is Dog Go to the Moon. I mean, that's a like community.
It definitely feels botted though with Dog.
What do you mean? Like the
let's just say if
Twitter,
I go on
crypto
X
Twitter,
and if I go on X and I put Dog in, I get a lot of comments, but none of the people who comment on it have a check mark, right? And that's what always gets me. Like it's fine if like 3 of them don't and 1 of them does, and like 3 and then you get 1 and then you get 1. But it seems very much so that it's just kind of being botted. And I don't think Leonidas is doing that, but it definitely feels botted. You can kind of see, like Francis Dune, for instance, when he posts in seconds, you see a whole bunch of comments and stuff like that by non-checkmark people, and it's very similar to what happens with Dog.
I just think that you're giving people too much benefit of the doubt that they're not cheap. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not calling people cheap that don't have the blue check mark, but there is a lot of people that don't.
No, you're just pay it. It's just pay it.
But I'm telling you right now, like I just searched Dog, and there's this guy that like tagged Leo, and he posted the Binance Spaces where they talked about runes and stuff.
Yeah,
and he has like 1,500 followers, but he has no blue check mark because he probably just doesn't want to pay the $10 a month. There's more of those people than you think.
Yeah, but most of them have like 2 or 3 followers, right? There is some, right? But I just think that everyone should just get it. It's just so worth it in that, and you're helping a free market platform, right? Look at it as a donation, a monthly donation, in my opinion, to free speech.
Well, I think if you have like a strong presence and stuff on X, then yeah, definitely is a no-brainer. Or you have a business on X, you got to do it, at least the blue one, if not the gold one. But not everybody has that incentive, you know what I mean? But anyways, on to the next one here.
Pups only up 16%. $61 million market cap. Dude, this was a $400 million market cap when it first got put on Moonshot. Absolutely insane, dude, what has happened to a lot of these runes. Whew, it's hard. It's hard to see it. It just sucks. Somebody who, I was very bullish on this ecosystem, but, I'm really hoping it comes back, dude. I really, really hoping it comes back. Truly believe that it does, but it's hard right now.
Yeah. I mean, I just think we went through a pullback, which, by the way, if you look at the entire marketplace, anything that's newer, by the way, like outside of runes, other than something that's fresh new, you can't count virtuals in that right now, because that's like the AI narrative is still kind of hot. But like I'm talking about new that came out like even like 12 months ago or something, right? Yeah, right. Like that whole asset class got hit the hardest because that makes sense. If you look at like other asset classes outside of crypto, newer kind of like newer tech, innovative tech, they'll get hit the first because they're like, okay, what's their revenue? What are they doing? Blah, 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 blah. And I think that's what happened to the crypto space. Is like runes got hit hard because it's new. It's not like, and then other stuff did too, like Ordi and Sats got hit and, stuff that launched it within a 12 to, 16 month or 18 month time frame got hit first. And then it moves to like those mid caps and then majors. But I mean, like what really ran hard, like with Bitcoin, if you think about it.
That's true.
Like Solana. Okay. Ethereum's like people are like Ethereum hasn't even got probably worse than some of these, and then XRP, and then Cardano, and probably a couple other like Chainlink, Sui, some of these other like kind of blue chip like majors that have I guess established really who they are over a long period of time, and Litecoin just pumped because of the ETF news and stuff, but like a lot of other stuff didn't. Dog with hat. That's a newer one, and it took a big hit, right?
Yeah, 100%. Dog with hat, but that's so. Again, this comes back down to my bearishness with meme coins. For me, I don't think I'll ever enter a meme coin again, and I just think that they're community coins, right? But the communities are I don't think we need meme coins anymore because of the fact that we're getting proper regulation, and we're going to get founders with the visions again. We're going to get founders with potential ICOs and stuff, right? The stuff that people can say, the bad part about our space, but at the same time, we're funding projects that actually are going to do stuff for our space. When you get into a project like Gizmo or Trump, for instance, all you're kind of doing is pumping the Ponzi. You're enriching the people who got in super early, but it's different when there's an incentive and there's an ideology and potential for becoming something more than just meme coin, but actually becoming something that disrupts traditional finance. And I think you're going to see more and more of that.
I do. I think you're going to see more and more of that as more of the institutions and traditional finance people come into our space. But memes will never go away.
I don't think they go away. I just say that I just don't think they're going to outperform anything else.
Yeah. I don't know for the rest of the cycle, but I think the whole objective of memes is kind of like the GameStop thing, right? To where it's like people want to have like the everyday person, whether you deliver pizzas, whether you are a stockbroker, whatever, it doesn't matter. Like whoever you are, you can join this community and pump this to make money by pumping this token to a point or a level to where it won't go to zero. And that's the hardest part, is getting the community energy to a point to where it's not going to zero. And in fact, over long period of time, it will increase in market cap because that community will be growing, or people look at it as an opportunity to make more money. You look at Doge, you look at Sheeb, you look at those type of meme coins that have proven that over a long period of time, the market cap will go up, so it might not happen like, after its first big pump, like within like a couple of months, 6 months after, but like 4 years later, in theory, it should be higher, just like Doge kind of is doing right now. Right. So I think that's what they look at that as. And because of that, they won't go away. I'm like you, though. I like to kind of research deep and be like, oh my God, this company has a lot of like substance and they are building something innovative. And, that goes back to like traditional finance, though, like researching your stocks. And one thing about that is the company or the coin or project, depending on how good of storytelling they are, they can really paint a picture that is not really what they are, right? So that's where regulation comes in and stuff. And I think that's what these big companies that can just emerge, and then we'll have maybe the Googles and Apples like 5-10 years after that.
Yeah. I think meme coins were created as a FU to Gary Gensler, right? An FU to the FCC, a FU to TradFi. Same thing with GameStop. Same thing. It was a big FU to a lot of these big banks and stuff like that, and especially to the people that regulate them. There's nothing you can do about it, right? There's nothing you can do. I'm going to invest in this, and you can't stop because there's no one to sue, right? But now there's no one to say FU to anymore. Everyone's like, yeah, you guys won, right? So like, so now, we have an opportunity to invest in companies like accredited investors do, but without being an accredited investor. And we're able to do that using crypto, using our rails here to do exactly what, guys, we won. There's no point in keep pushing meme coins. It's time to get in companies that we don't need to be accredited investors for. It's time to create the next generation of traditional finance. It's time to create the next big thing. And that's not a meme coin. That's projects that are going to allow people to do insane things in the future. That's going to make the lazy people that you've talked about earlier, who don't want to open up another wallet, not being able to have to. They're going to be able to just tell the AI, yo, I want to buy this coin on Solana, figure it out. And the AI is going to figure it out. And that is the next generation of TradFi. That is the next generation of people that come into the markets.
Yeah. I want to say this last thing, and because I think this could be a really good future for meme coins, and I know you hate them, but imagine we're 10 years down the road, right? And I think finding a sustainable business model within these communities is going to be important, because then you feel exclusive. Like for example, let's say like they develop some DeFi product for like SHIB, try to do SHIB swap, but like something that's legitimate, and maybe businesses within the community create them to keep the community sustainable, to where you have exclusive, rights or benefits to go into an event, everything paid for. If you hold a certain amount of Doge, you go in there, you scan your wallet, you can get in unlimited drinks, blah blah blah, right? I think that could be like something that sustains in the future and stuff like that. That would be cool for meme coins, because now you're actually creating a community that has benefits for believing in each other to build this amazing thing. Does that happen? I don't know. Someone's gonna have to take the
There's
initiative
no
within the community
incentive.
to
That's
do
the
it.
problem.
Yeah.
Right? There's no incentive. That's like with a CEO, he's incentivized to create something amazing, right? And that's the difference. Like like Leonidas has no incentive. He's gonna get to a point where he's just like, all right, cool, I got the 4 million. Now I'm gonna launch another meme coin, right? Now here's another one. Now we're gonna cat go to the moon, and then we have rat go to the moon, right? There's just no incentive for him. Like it's just that's the thing with these meme coins. It's pump, dump, Ponzi-nomics, which is awesome. It's a big FU to everybody, right? When Fartcoin goes to the moon, it's amazing. You have freaking talk night guys, these guys on late night TVs talking about it, and it's funny, right? But at the end of the day, I think we need to grow up a little bit, and I think we will. I think we have really smart people in this space that can create really cool stuff, and I think it's time for us. We don't have nobody yelling at us anymore. We have no Gary Gensler. We have no we're not going to get sued, right? Taxes are almost gone in the US, right? We're going to be getting to a different way of being taxed, and that's all coming in probably the next couple of years. I think it's time for us to grow up and kind of get out of meme coins. But it's my opinion.
Yep. We'll see what happens. I think they're here to stay for a long time. But anyways, I think that pretty much. Let's see. We got one last comment from our guy. Superfan says, "Well said, Shizzy. I didn't think of it that way. Totally agree. Memes can always be community coins, like Yagobi is saying. Now, memes are culture on chain. Maybe becomes more focused as a new DApp. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But I do think there should be someone that, like, if there's, you should start creating a foundation if you have a meme coin, because that can generate some type of revenue, so you can hire a CEO that can try to lead that community. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see what the future brings. But
100%.
Good show today, man. An hour and a half.
Yeah,
just kind of hanging out with the crew in the chat and stuff. About 300 people hanging out with us. We appreciate each and every one of you guys. 296 to be precise. So thank you for hanging out with us, especially during the slow and boring times in the Bitcoin ecosystem. I promise you, it's about to get fun. Now, when I say about, that could be a week or it could be a year. No, I'm just kidding. I do think it's going to be a couple months though. So just hang tight with us, guys. Just hang tight with us. Remind yourself of your convictions and why you came here. And we hope that you learned something today from the show. And if you wouldn't mind checking out our partners, we would greatly appreciate it. Start with Emblem Vault. They are going to be the interoperability tool for the Bitcoin ecosystem. You're going to be able to jump your ordinals. They announced, I think, their EVM first phase cohort, 6 chains, guys. It's going to be amazing. Merlin chain, base chain, Abstract wants ordinals big time. Pudgy Penguins, guys. And then you have Ape chain and 2 more. Bob, and I'm missing one.
Base, Merlin, Bob, the Pudgy Penguin chain.
Yeah, Abstract,
and
there's one more. That's an EVM. Anyways, while Shizzy's thinking about that, they also are going to have their AI Bitcoin wallet integration as well. So make sure you check them out. Those guys are crushing it with Jay. Is that what I said?
Right? I mean,
it's
AI Bitcoin 5, right?
No, EVM. There's 6 in the EVM.
Oh,
anyway,
EVM. I got you.
Yeah. So they're going to have their AI Bitcoin wallet integration very, very soon. So make sure you're checking them out. You can learn more at emblem.vision. And then BetBTC is the predictions marketplace for the Bitcoin ecosystem. They utilize ICP and Bitcoin technology for you guys to be able to place bets on their marketplace. All you need is an Xverse wallet and some Bitcoin, and it takes 6 blocks, and then you can start placing bets right away. They're going to have create your own markets very, very soon. It should be here in the next week or 2. And that's going to be the exciting part. You're going to be able to earn up to 1.5% on total volume. So get excited about that, because I'm going to be utilizing that. You can learn more at betbtc.win. And BitPerp, the perps and leverage decks of the Bitcoin ecosystem, they have a big announcement. Should be any moment. I think they're just waiting on the perfect time, maybe tying some loose ends up. But it's going to be exciting, because they're going to be more than just a leverage and perps decks. That's the hint I'll give you. You're going to be able to trade stuff like Trump actually in the Bitcoin ecosystem. You're gonna be able to leverage. You're gonna be able, you know, short or long, whatever you want to do. But you're also gonna be able to do that with the most popular runes, BRC20s, that as well. So you can learn more from these guys at bitperp.io. And Fluid Tokens, the first to introduce retail staking vaults to Bitcoin Layer 1, native Bitcoin. No one's done it before them. And so if you are an Ordinals project founder and you want your holders to be able to stake those to earn other rewards, reach out to Raul, the CTO of Fluid, and he'll get you hooked up with a staking vault. They have other huge announcements coming up. You know, they're going to be at the Bitcoin conference, and they are working with Charles Hoskinson to create a protocol to help with Bitcoin DeFi utilizing Cardano. So look out for that. And you can learn more at fluidtokens.com. And Merlin Chain, your #1 scaling solution for Bitcoin native L1 assets and protocols. If you're a builder on Bitcoin L1 and you want your protocol to be a bit more flexible and quick, apply for a builder's grant on Merlin Chain. They have great builder support there. And if you are a retail user, you want to swap with something similar to Unit Swap, you can use merlinswap.org. You can trade for Duggo to the Moon Rune. Exciting stuff over there. You can learn more at merlinchain.io. And don't forget about our integrated partners, Foxy, building the metaverse on Bitcoin called the Bitverse, and their first-person shooter game called Clan Wars. And Ordinal Hive, man, we checked out some of their new features. We're super, super stoked about them, man. They're going to be, in my opinion, the top marketplace. It's going to be tough, you know, taking the throne from Magic Eden, but with all the tools and features that you guys are going to be able to use, man, I think a bunch of people are going to jump on them. But they are an aggregator for Ordinals on Bitcoin Layer 1 and Layer 2 with Merlin Chain, and check those guys out as well. And we thank you so much for checking out our partners.
Yeah, man. And that's the best part about Ordinal Hive is they don't need to take the crown from Magic Eden. They're going to use Magic Eden as a benefit to them, right? So Ordinal Hive is probably going to be, guys, when you guys hear me talk about badly about runes and stuff like that, I'm not like, it's about meme coins. And I think we should go out there and buy things like Liquidium token, buy things like actual teams and stuff behind them with visions to disrupt traditional finance. That's what I want from runes. And that is when I'm going to get back on runes, when exactly we get stuff like the Hive token, Liquidium token, the Bitperp token, the BetBTC token, the Emblem Vault token, which is going to a rune. That is what I want. I want to see the top 5 runes not be meme coins. I want to see them be actually companies that can disrupt everything about traditional finance in the Bitcoin ecosystem. That is what we need, and that's what I'm pushing for. Dump your meme coins, buy actual companies and projects like that. That's the last thing I'll say about that. But all right. And guys, if you guys wouldn't mind, you have anything to say on that, or if you good?
No, I'm good.
Check out ordinalrevolution.com. We have some of the best articles dating all the way back to last year. If you know someone just entering the space, send them our website. We really feel like it can help them get started and code up to where we are today. If you guys need a VPN, I think everyone should have a VPN. Use Nord. We have a 70% off discount. Don't go to these sites that tell you they just tell you, yeah, you can't come here, right? Just get a VPN. It's not your country telling you, it is the website. And now with a president who's friendly crypto, you're going to see less and less of that, but you should still have a VPN, guys. You do not want these companies to have your IP address, which eventually gets to your address. We are Bitcoiners at the end of the day. We do not want that. So get a VPN. Always use a VPN. If you guys are going to Bitcoin 2025 Las Vegas, we have tickets here. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. It's Bitcoin in Vegas, potentially $300,000 Bitcoin by that point in May. I truly think so. It's going to be fun. Imagine that, $300,000 Bitcoin in Vegas. It's going to be a party. It's going to be an absolute party. It's going to be insane. So get your tickets through us at ordinalrevolution.com. And if you guys need merch, we have some of the best merch in the entire ecosystem. That is at ordinalrevolution.com. Hit the store. It's our Shopify. If you guys are interested in hoodies, jackets, hats, and so much more, we have it all here. And if you guys would like us to add your PFP or anything, we can do that for you guys and have that running in our store at all times. Just reach out to us. Let us know what image you would like to get put up there, and we will put that up there for you guys. We really appreciate you guys. And guys, we are live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific, and 4 p.m. UTC. Check us out all week, guys. Until tomorrow.
Peace.
We OG, oh no, G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload. Yeah, experts on reload. Yeah. You're not bullish enough. Yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got D or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock. Ayy. Runes is coming. Everybody on a knot. Ayy. It's a nuisance. Ordinal Revolution. Ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro. Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro. Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, lock it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nookies on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls. Bet I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me.